Hello guys, welcome to another video where I'm going to share with you what I'm seeing this week and the trades I'm going to take. So I'm going to show you some of the trades that I was explaining with the Spanish group also. So today I'm going to show you what was the last week, what was the moves from the last week, and how we can profit from the next week, which is coming up. So I'm going to show you why the GBP went down. So in this video, I'm going to show you the ways that I thought the GBPJPY saw. So it's pretty good, that one. I'm going to share with you my screen. So right now we are watching forex trade that I show you always the fundamental aspects and information where you can get articles, information about the week, information about the maximum and low levels from each pair. So in this case, we are focusing on USD. So for the USD, we have some good information. Last week, I was watching how the dollar weakness was going all the way down. We was watching also the Dow Jones and the maximums. We was watching the SP 500 going to the maximums also. So it was pretty strange to see the dollar weakness when we are watching the Dow Jones and the SP 500 going to all the way up. So that is pretty strange right now for forex and for people who's watching and taking the trade, sorry, on those pairs. So in this case, we have the USD sentiment pool, who is looking pretty bullish in this case, or in the middle. So right now there is an average forecast about people who is selling and average people who is buying. So in 1 month, the people is looking like the USD will go all the way down and will blow all the way down in this case. So anyway, I'm going to show you my views on that one. I'm going to share with you what is my ideas, why I'm taking that USD sells, what I'm taking, where I'm going to take my balls also. So I'm going to show you that on my forex analysis. So in this case, we go ahead with the dollar, euro dollar. So in this case, I was watching the dollar, the euro dollar on the maximums. The maximum in this case, we was watching that from 3 months ago or even 2 months ago. I was watching a triple top on that way. I was watching also head and shoulders in this place. So right now we was almost hitting the higher highs where, what is it, about 1.18 500 and 1.18 300, and from that zone, which is 1.18, we was watching the price going all the way down on a daily time frame. So what I'm watching right now is on daily time frame. I'm going to change it to 4 hours and show you what is happening on 4 hours. So on 4 hours, I'm watching the graph right now rejecting the levels to go down. We was saying retest in that place about 1.17 660. Was watching the retest. The price is going all the way down. So right now, Friday, the closing of Friday, the price was on 1.17 466 with a minimum of 1.17 330. That was the minimum of the day, which is Friday. So in this case, I'm still thinking that the euro dollar weakness will go all the way down to hit my trend line, which is almost about to get break. So as in my information, as always, I told you that when we see the price hitting 3 times or 4 times the trend line, we could expect a breakout. So in this case, the price was rejecting, but almost it was sustaining the price a little bit more. So in this case, we was watching that big move was from news, and right now we are watching also the dollar weakness in that place. So right now I'm expecting the price to hit again the trend line, make a little retest, or even just break it and go all the way down. So my levels, or my take profit levels, was about 1.16 550 is my take profit 1 zone, and my take profit 2 zone is 1.15 200 or even 1.15 500, which is also a good place where to close your trade and watch what is happening next. So that level is obviously I'm going to make my bias, sorry, because the price is just looking like that. So right now I'm I'm expecting the price to just go down, okay, to continuously go down to that price, making some higher highs and lower lows. So right now the price is looking very, very bearish, and he have to complete his zone. Okay, for now the zone is, and the main zone is to get closer to 1.17139, where we can get the hit, okay, the hit to the trend line and break it. Okay, we can expect some retest in that zone, but anyway, I'm expecting the price to break it very easily because we have already 4 hits in the trend line, and is looking like weaker and looking like he wants to break, so we can create a new trend line with the new expectations. So for now, this is my ideas on USD. I'm going to show you also why I'm watching that USD looking like that, because we have the dollar index. So if we change the time frame on dollar index to 4 hours to have a better views on that, I can see that information easily. If you see the graph, you can see some head and shoulders, the formation of head and shoulders. You see that it's looking like he already made the neckline. It already projected the neckline, and right now he is making a little retest, okay, which is I'm expecting the price to do what? To hit the trend line and continues to go down, or just to hit the trend line, break it, because we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 hits already. So I'm expecting an easy breakout to see how that graph could go to my Fibonacci level. I draw down my Fibonacci level from the higher high to the lower low from the day. So for now, I made that like from the highest level, which is 96.99, almost 97, to 93, which is the lower level. So right now I draw down that, and he showed me the prices maximums. As you see, we can see the 61.8 rejecting the price from that levels. So right now it's looking like he wants to go to 0.38.2, which is the 95.04, before he continues to go down. So in this case, all the movement for this week is going to play in that region. Okay, so for those who wants to trade it, those who wants to go ahead and take the profit and take the trades on the dollars pairs. So in this case, what I can tell you is wait to see if we can break that and we go up. So in this case, for myself, I'm going to for Monday, I'm going to wait a little bit if the price can make a little rejection, a little gap, and then I'm going to expect the price to go upside to hit the trend line. I'm going to show you an example of that. So if we change and we go to 1 hour and we go to the last maximums we had, which is this one, we can see some kind of like what we are watching right now in the other level. So in this case, I have created my trend line, and the trend line, we can see the hits. We have 1 hit, we have 2 hits, we have 3 hits. Okay, so after every hit, the price is just rejecting and going down. So in this case, I'm expect the price to create another trend line. So I was drawing that, and if we follow that information, we can see actually the price made that last retest. He made the last hit to the trend line and actually break it. Okay, when playing like a little consolidation that zone, and we see how the price is making a new trend line in that new zone where we are right now. So what I'm expecting right now is the same as I showed you, and I'm going to expect the price to go up, break it, make another hike on that place, creating a new trend line. But in this case, I think for next months we can expect the dollar weakness to go all the way down, because if we go to daily time frame, I was talking that with the Spanish group, and I was watching that. So it's looking like he wants to retest in that place. The maximum he can go is to that resist line on 95.13 is the maximum place where we can expect the price of the dollar, like his maximum hikes of the dollar. I'm expecting to be in that place. So from that place, we can see how the dollar will go start with the weakness and going all the way down, because as I told you, the Dow Jones is on the maximums. If you are an investor and you buy the actions from Dow Jones, or you buy the SP 500 and you see the prices on the maximums, is on the top. So from that place, the better views, the better things that you'll be thinking is to close the trades, take your profits, and see what happens next. So is that the mind of an investor who have billions or millions put it down on that Dow Jones, on that SP 500? So we can expect the dollar weakness the next months or even the next week. So on October, I think you have to care of trading the dollar, because we can see it blowing all the way down, and that could and that could just close your account. So you have to be very careful on that dollar for next weeks, okay? And try to don't trade it with very greedy, because as I told you, if the Dow Jones, sorry, we are watching it on the maximum levels, we can expect a big movement, okay, of weakness for the dollars. The people who made money is rejecting his positions, he's taking his profits, he's closing his profits. So that will just change the market views for the next weeks. So you have to be very careful on that one. And you can go and change your ways from buying actions from Dow Jones or the SP 500 or buying the dollar to buy the gold, okay? I'm going to show you also the gold when we reach it, but anyway, I'm going to show you the information while I'm explaining that. Right now, I just changed it to the Euro index. As I showed you the dollar index, I'm also watching the Euro index, which is also important for me. I created a new symmetrical triangle on a daily time frame, as you see there. Okay, we have the daily time frame looking like that. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the maximums, I just drawn them like this. We have one hit, two hits. We can expect the third hit right now in that place. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, on daily time frame. We have this triangle there I have created from the lower levels to the lower levels, the lower highs in this case. So the price is just making highs, closing lower and closing even lower to see the price just breaking that place or breaking that place and making the euro stronger or weaker, because that will depend the next months what is happening with that one. So anyway, if I take this one, okay, we can see in that place there is some things which is important. We can see in that place the price just rejected. Okay, let me move that a little bit more. Okay, like this. So in that place we can see some rejections. The price have just changed the ways when he hits that zone. We see also in that place he rejected. We can see also in that place he rejected. Okay, so it's interesting the place where is it right now, the euro index, and what we can expect next for next weeks or even next days is to see the price doing two things. I'm expecting two things, by the way, in that one. We can see the weakness on the euro because the dollar is getting stronger, as I told you, or we can see the dollar getting weaker and the euro going stronger, because they are like correlating between each others. Okay, so anyway, in that one is looking pretty good. It's looking like he wants to create a hit in that place, and then I'm expecting the price to go down, or even he could go down, hit the trend line, and go all the way up. I'm thinking anyway I'm more playable with that one, or also I'm playable because I can expect the price to get this movement like this one. So anyway, if you want to make any sells or buys on the euro, on a euro like a EURUSD, the EUROCAD, the EURAUD, on all of those, you can expect the movements. Okay, sorry. If you see the euro currency index, okay, so the euro index is very important to take action on everything that you want to trade with. In this case, if you want to trade with the EURUSDJPY, you have to watch the euro index. If you want to trade the EURAUD, you have to watch the euro index, how it's looking like. Okay, so in this case, he broke my old one, the old trend line, I have created there, the symmetrical triangle, by the way, also. And right now, I'm watching the graph looking like this. We can also draw a trend line like this one, okay. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. We can see some higher highs is pushing to the price. So right now, any other retest in that trend line I have just created, it could be like the break, okay, a broke in that place, and we can see the price going up, or we just have to wait. Okay, for now, if you want to enter any euro index or any euro pair in this case, wait for the trend line. Okay, wait the hit or wait the break. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. And anyway, I'm expecting a drop if he hits this one, because the drops on that place is not like that much. So it's looking pretty good, because we see how the weakness started from that point. So now I can expect the price to hit that point and going down, retest, and then I can expect the price to hit the next place one, which is 121, and right now we are on 117, so it's not that much. But anyway, any big move there, it's a big move in any pair for the euro. More things. Let's go to the EURAUD, EURAUD. Okay, so sorry, Aussie dollar. Sorry, guys. The Aussie dollar is looking pretty good. Why? Because the last time I sent that signal, not like the signal, but I sent that pair to a group. I told them, look, there is a good opportunity. I started my buys from that place. I get the rejection like this, and then I continue the price. I was watching the price continuously going all the way up, because he has to complete his head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders in that case. So from that point, I was expecting the price to go and make a higher high to where I was just focusing on the neckline. So the neckline was that place there. When we see also a minimum place in that zone, I was expecting the price to reject my trade and make a lower, like making rejecting, hitting the trend line, and then go that all the way up. But in that case, no one of that things just happened, and I didn't trade it as I wanted. Okay, anyway, I got my trade from that place, as I told you, and they made 68 pips. I closed the trade when I made 68 pips. So I was expecting the price to do something like this and go up. He didn't made it, so I didn't open the trade anything. I didn't even watch it, the Australian dollar. So in that case, I just passed it out from that one, and I told myself, okay, let's go and search other trades in other options. So that's why I closed my trades. I could just hold that trade for long, for swing, and I could made 158 pips. So in this case, I didn't get that opportunity. I was pretty greedy, and I wanted to close my week on profits. So anyway, 68 pips is pretty good. One thing I was watching is I created an older trend line. So the older trend line is already made. As you see, we can see there is a channel. Let's draw the channel to let you see what is looking like the channel. Okay, so the price on the channel was doing that things. So right now the channel is about to drop, or about to close, or about to finish. Anyway, I was watching the trade from that place. I drawn my trend line. I was taking the sells from that zones. I'm making my bulls from that zones. We can see some consolidation that zone. We was watching another level. So right now, that one, if you see it, we have many levels. We have level 1 of consolidation. We have level 2 of consolidation. We have level 3 of consolidation. But every consolidation, we see the price dropping. So the level is about to close. It's about to finish. So I said, okay, let's go. Let's make a vision on that. So I drawn my Fibonacci on 4 hours, by the way, and I said, okay, the maximum was that one and the minimum was that one. So I made my Fibonacci level, and the result was in the 0.382, right now is just where the trend line he gets the hit. So I said, okay, from that point, we can expect the USD to drop. So I said, okay, so for Monday, I'm going to open my trade going for sells, okay, going for sells, to close my trade in that place, expecting the price to hit again the trend line, because as you see, this trend line, he have another inside that trend line, sorry, we have another trend line, which is this one, okay, you see that orange one, we have the start in that place, then we have the number 2, like the number hits, like I'm counting that on hits. So in that case, we have 1 hit on the trend line. We have 2 hits. Okay, I'm expecting 3 hits in that place, and any fourth hit he could break it, and break it also that one, because that one is almost ended up, because we are creating a new era. Okay, we are creating a new era inside the channel. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to trade it when I get Monday. So it is looking pretty good for those who wants to take the trade on Aussie dollar. So I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to just watch how it goes. And if I get the situation of a sell-off, I'm going to share with you guys the sell-off on LUSD. But for now, I'm going to just hold the trade and see how it goes. Adding more things into my trading pairs, I was watching the GBPJPY. I sold that GBPJPY after the Brexit, the breaking news. Okay, if we go to the news and we see the fundamental aspects, we have the GBPUSD free walls below the 131 because as May of Resex, they use the Euro proposals. So you have that article there. If you want to watch it, I can share with you also the article so you can read it and all stuff. But the problem was there is no deal because they didn't get well, May in that case, he didn't give it any other solution or any other thing that could interest the euro. So that's why there is no deal. So we see the Brexit affecting the GEP pairs. We have that GBPJPY dropping like hell. In just one day, he dropped it like 170 pips, 270 pips, sorry. That is insane, a big movement in just one day. So it was looking pretty good. I was watching that one on daily time frame, and I was saying, okay, let's go. We can watch that one. I could trade it. So I was watching the GBPJPY without taking it, and I was watching that. Okay, we have one hit in that place. I was expecting the second hit in that one. He break the trend line. He made a maximum. He played with all the people who was into that trade. He closed all the stop losses on all the people who was trading that one on sell-off. So the price he just made about, let's have a look on that, about 100, like 200 pips upside and 270 pips downside. So as he gets into my trend line, I said it's looking pretty good. So my views now on that GBPJPY is I'm expecting the price to drop a little bit more, like hitting this this zone. Okay, the zone I created. The second zone will be this one. But anyway, I think he could break that one, go to the second one, make a retest, hit the trend line, and then going all the way down to 0.38 on my Fibonacci level, or even hitting the last trend line, which is this one. Okay, this one. Anyway, it's looking pretty good, that one, to trade. We can also push up that trend line like this, and we can change the 4 hours time frame, and we are watching the GBPJPY looking like this. Okay, so actually is pretty good for those who wants to trade it. So after getting those 83 pips, we can close the trade expecting a hit to the trend line, and then we can make another sell-offs over 230 pips. It's pretty good for those who want to trade the GBPJPY this week. So I'm going to leave it that one there. If you want to trade it, you have to just make your trend lines looking like this and showing off how the movement he could make. Okay. Other things on the EURUSD, we have a double top, almost double top. But anyway, he hits the double top zone. So that was my rectangle. So I said, okay, so if I get any hit on that place, I'm going to make my sell-offs. We have a hammer. We just need the hammer confirmation, which is another candlestick looking like this one, to have better confirmation. The movement I'm expecting just like this one. I'm expecting a hit on 61.8 of Fibonacci. I drawn on my Fibonacci from the higher level to the lowest level, and I said, okay, let's have a look. So I get that one, 61.8. I'm going to make my sells on 132.561. My sells will be started from that point to have my take profits on that place. which is 160 pips. Okay, I'm expecting the price to go to 130.851. And then we have to see what it happens next, because that level is also stronger, so we can see some rejections. Okay, so anyway, this week is looking pretty good for those who want to trade those pairs I just showed you. We can continue with the gold. As I told you, we have a double top on that gold. I shared also that trade on Telegram. I shared with you guys, and I told you, okay, we can expect a sell-off in that zone. My sell-off was from almost on 1.280, 208, sorry, was my sell. I get about 3 pips on negative. And after that, I was watching that double top, and I said, okay, let's hold it and we'll see where it goes. So it just hit my double top, and in 4 hours it dropped over 7 points. That was 130 pips on profits. Okay, anyway, I closed my trades after 79 profits, but I could hold it for even more. So the movement was the movement was about 164 pips in just 4 hours. That was crazy, insane. So right now, I'm expecting the gold to do something like this, going up, hitting the trend line, going down, and then we'll see what goes next. But for now, I'm expecting the price to just hit the trend line about the zone about 1,200 or something like that. And after that hit, we can see the price going again to 1,193 or something like that. And then we can see what is the next move that we can do. But for now, if you focus on the dollar and you focus on the gold, you can have a better idea. So if we see the dollar is getting stronger, we know the gold will be weaker. Okay, so if I said I'm expecting the dollar to go to that place, I'm expecting the gold to just hit that trend line and go to that place. It is just it is just like they correlate. Okay, so if the dollar is getting stronger, the gold will go weaker. If the gold is going stronger, the dollar will go weaker. And also that happens also with the USDJPY because they correlate, also with the EURUSD because they correlate. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. The other one is we go for cryptos. In that case, I'm explaining the Bitcoin. So this week, the Bitcoin is looking pretty good. I said, okay, let's have a look to that one. We have maximums, okay, to minimums inside my symmetrical triangle. In that case, I just created a trend line because I don't have the other symmetrical triangle. But anyway, I'm expecting the price to hit between 7,000, okay, and 7,100 because we have this Fibonacci level. Because if we get the Fibonacci level, we'll move it. Let's move that Fibonacci level, guys, so I can show you that. Okay. So if we move the Fibonacci level, we can have a better idea. That was the minimum, that was the maximum. Okay, so that's why I'm expecting the price to move between this trend line to hit it and then dropping, or maximum movement it could do is hitting the 61.8, which is the $7,100. And from that zone, I'm expecting the Bitcoin to drop about 6,500 or even 6,000, which is the zone where we have the support, the main support lane. So it is looking pretty bearish. Okay, guys. The maximums was about 8,500, and right now we are on 6,700, and in a few days we can have it on 6,000. Anyway, it's looking pretty bearish, and all the people who wants to buy Bitcoin is pretty good to buy it between the zones of 7,000, 5,000, or even if you hold for more time, you can see the Bitcoin about $4,000. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. And for those who wants to trade Bitcoin, you have a good setup there. And that's all. I hope you have enjoyed the video and the information. I don't want to take longer that video. Anyway, that is everything for this week. If you want to trade the trades I just showed you, trade them, but also take very careful with your risk management in that case. And if you have any question, you just have to message me on Telegram as UseVario. You can search me by that name and ask me any question. Okay. You're welcome, and that's all for now. See you the next time.